Hello and welcome, guys. Just a quick video just going through some of the harder differentiation questions that came up in exercise 11.3. Specifically, I'm talking about question 3, find the derivative, the very last 3 questions. In each cases, you had this fraction to deal with. So you had some function 5, in the first case, 5x squared minus 7x, and the whole thing's been divided by x. Now the temptation would be to go ahead and differentiate this using the quotient rule, and you'd be right in doing so. It will give you the correct answer. However, it'll take quite a long time to do, and even then the answer you get won't be simplified. So you'd then be stuck with having to simplify this expression you end up with. For questions like this, where you do have a function divided by another function, if you can actually divide the functions first, that is easily going to be the best way to do it. So I actually would encourage you not to use quotient rule with this one, because we can divide 5x squared minus 7x by x quite easily. Let me show you how. So the very first step I would do is I'll simplify. Okay, so 5x squared minus 7x, all of that is being divided by x. So let's start off by dividing the 5x squared. 5x squared divided by x, you know, the x's will cancel, you'll be left with 5x. Now let's go ahead and divide the 7x by the x, right? Because this is also being divided by x, and you know the x's are going to cancel. So by just doing that division first, it actually makes differentiating or finding the derivative a lot easier. Now that we've divided by x, now we're stuck with then just having to differentiate this, which is going to be very simple. You know how it is. Take the power down the front, 1 away from the power. 5x just becomes a 5. The 7 ends up becoming a 0, right? Because you technically have that x to the 0, you bring the power down the front. Anyway, so the first answer would have just been the number 5. Again, much easier than using quotient rule. Hey, Lucy, gentle voice, please. Just let him have a little play. All right, the next question. All right, so this one here, same sort of deal. We've got this function here, 2x cubed minus 4x plus 3, and the whole thing's been divided by x squared. Yes, you could use quotient rule. Yes, it will work, but it's going to take too long, and even then you're stuck with this thing that's going to need a lot of simplifying to get a nice, neat answer. Instead, because we can actually divide the function by x squared, let's do it. So, first step, let's go ahead and divide everything by x squared. 2x cubed divided by x squared, right, is just going to leave you with 2x. The next one, here we have a minus 4x all being divided by x squared. You're going to be just left with a minus 4 all over x, which I'm going to bring that x up, making sure I give it a negative power. And with the final one, you got 3 divided by x squared, no cancelling there, but I will bring that x squared up, again giving it what's going to be a negative power. Now that we've gone ahead and differentiated, now that we've gone ahead and divided everything by the x squared, now I'm going to go ahead and differentiate and find this derivative. And again, we just use our normal rule, power down the front, 1 away from the power. That will become a 2x to the 0, or in other words, just 2. This will end up becoming a positive 4 x to the negative 2, right? 2 negatives making a plus. And this one here will end up becoming a negative 6 when I bring that power down the front. Taking 1 away from the power, you end up with that. Again, that's your answer there. You can keep it with the negative powers. If you genuinely hate negative powers, you could always rewrite it back as fractions with positive powers, but you certainly don't need to. I personally would just be leaving my answer like this and moving on with my life. The final one here, oh no, looks super complicated because we've got some brackets, right? Here, there was no brackets, right? Nice and easy, we knew what to do. Here we've got brackets, no dramas. Let's just expand it out first. Fortunately, We've done like exercise 1b of the exercise back in term 1. We know difference of two squares. Expanding this out, we've got the shortcut. It's 4x squared minus 1. If you were unable to see that straight away, you need to go back and look over expanding difference of two squares. That's a skill you need automatically if you wish to achieve in this course. So we've expanded it out. That whole thing's been divided by x. Now I'm going to go ahead and divide everything by the x. Right? Dividing the 4x squared by x will just give us a 4x. Dividing the minus 1 by x, well, will just give us a minus 1. X to the minus 1. Right? Again, I'm rewriting it, with the negative power. Okay, from here we've divided. Now we can go ahead and differentiate. So this thing is going to become, when differentiated, bring the power down the front, you're going to get 4x to the 0. This here, bring the power down the front, that actually ended up becoming a positive 1, x to the negative 2. And I didn't bother putting the 1 in front. So again, that's your answer there. Second one is done. If you're one of those people that just does not like negative indices, of course you are free to rewrite this with a positive indice, but is certainly not required to do so. All right, hopefully that helped. If you do have any questions, guys, do not hesitate. Please ask, whether it's on this YouTube video or in Canvas directly. It's up to you. All right, best of luck with your work, and I'll see you next time.